Okay, so this week's Parsha is Parshat Naso, and there's a bunch of different things in it, and two things in particular is about the Sota woman and the Nazir. So the Sota is if a man is suspicious of his wife, that maybe she was cheating on him, then they go to the temple or the Mishkan back then, and the priest writes down a special thing on parchment. It has the name of God on it that we're not allowed to erase, and it is dissolved into the water, and she drinks it. And if she's innocent, if she didn't do anything wrong, then she's fine. She'll actually be blessed. And then if she did do something wrong, do the wrong thing, then it can kill her. And so it's a crazy thing, and it just shows how God is willing to have his name erased, which he made clear it's not okay ever to erase it. He said he'll have his name erased for the sake of having peace between a man and a woman, because peace is so important, one of the most important things. And so then why, right after talking about that, is the Nazir section, seemingly unrelated. Then the Nazir is when somebody takes an oath to God that they're not going to cut their hair at all, and they're not going to have any grape juice, grapes, or wine, and they won't go near any dead people or graves. And it's a very special time, a special energy comes upon them that they can really connect to God, because it allows them to go into this state where they're forsaking physicality. And when we do that, we're able to focus more on the spiritual and go higher. But then at the end of it, when he's not a Nazir anymore, God says now you have to bring like sin sacrifices to the temple. And why would you have to do that? Because we learned that he's atoning for the sin of not taking pleasure of the world. And so it's actually important to take pleasure of the world, but it's also a good thing to be a Nazir. It's just there's a big message here, and the reason why they're all connected. So clearly, if the Sota woman, a woman that's gone a wrong way in life because going after the physical pleasures, is an example of what everybody can do, that we can go after too much in the physicality that leads us astray from the focus here, and we can do not good things, and that's bad. We don't want to be so much drawn after the physicality, ruled by it. And then the Nazir was right after, because then this going into this state is for people that know, they're aware that they're being driven by their physicality and by their lust and desires. So this helps them get out of that. But then God reminds them at the end that this is not the way. You got to take the sacrifice from abstaining from the physical pleasures, because this isn't the way. Both are examples of too much to one side, two extremes, too much chesed, too much gevura. Too much chesed is saying, I just want to do everything that feels good in this world, and I don't even care if it's wrong. And then too much gevura is saying, well, I'm just going to be a Nazir and sit in a cave glowing now forever and go higher and higher. That's too much too. And so what we want is the middle path, like it says in the Zohar, the Amuda Demsita, in Hebrew, the Amuda Demsi, and that's hinting to Tiferet, the middle sphere right here, between the balance of both. We want to indulge in physical pleasures in a holy, proper way. We want to do that. How? On Shabbat, it's a big mitzvah to eat all the best foods. Doesn't matter if they're unhealthy, you should eat them all, and it's not so kosher, and to have the nicest clothes, nicest everything physical, and to have relations with your spouse is a big mitzvah on Shabbat. And the holidays, so like on Shabbat, the holidays, Sudat mitzvahs, meals that are, and for different mitzvahs like getting married, or if there's a circumcision happening, Brit Milah, different things like that, where it's actually a mitzvah and it's holy, then it's good to indulge in the physicality. And this actually in itself is going higher and elevating. And then know that there's times to hold back, which is if it's going to be hurting ourselves by breaking Torah, disconnecting us from God, messing up the world, or hurting our bodies or any of that. And so that's the middle way. So that's what this Parsha is really speaking to us about here. Parshat Naso, everybody. Written by Hashem, my God. Thank you, Hashem. It's the best author, best teacher, really.